Hey everybody, it's Dunk in the trunk. It's been a couple weeks. I'm sorry I haven't posted any vlogs up. I ended up buying a pocket camera. I've been kind of trying to figure out how to use it. It's an Aptec 1080p. It's an older version, but it'll do full HD 1080p at 30 frames per second, which is going to be good hopefully for my vlogs. It'll also do 60 frames per second, 720p, which will be good for like sporting events, things like that. It'll take still pics up to 8 megapixels. And it's got quite a few little options. And for a pocket cam, it does have a 3x optical zoom, which will hopefully be a good thing. Most of your pocket cams, your flip cams, and your Kodak Z series all just have digital zoom. This actually has a 3x optical zoom. So I think I'm going to be pretty happy with it. In the long run, it's just going to take me a little while to figure it all out. Wanted to post a vlog today to say, hey, I'm sorry it's been so long. I'm going to start posting regular vlogs again. This one will probably be shorter than others. Just wanted to cover one quick subject today. Unions. I read something online that my wife showed me today. An individual posted what he felt was a problem with unions today. And what I have to say about unions, some people agree with, some people won't. And unions are a great thing if they stay within the boxes they were created to stay within. And here's what I mean by that. They got us the 40-hour work week. They got a lot of benefits for employees that those employees may not have today had they not existed. So unions from that respect are great. They're great for workers' rights. But when unions become too large for their own good, they start becoming a bad thing. And I guess I can fall back on the big three as far as that goes. You look at the union employees that were involved in the big three, the car industry. And this is a union that had been gaining ground and taking from those companies for the last 3 decades. They started out small and they got bigger and bigger and bigger. Too big for their own good. What is too big for their own good? That's when a union gets so large that it's costing the company so much money that the company can no longer be stable in their industry. The company can no longer compete with its non-union or union competitors. You have the big three who got to a point where they could not sell a vehicle that was of the same quality as its competitors, including Toyota, for instance, at a reasonable enough price to compete, which is why in America over the past couple decades people have been buying more and more foreign cars as opposed to American cars. One of the reasons they get to that point is because of unions. Now, are unions the whole problem? Absolutely not. Unions were part of the problem in that situation. The benefits and the pay increases and the retirement benefits that were given to these union employees, part of the big three, cost the company so much money per vehicle produced, they could not be competitive at all in that industry. So what needs to happen when you go to the negotiation table, a word needs to come up, and that's compromise. The union needs to get something out of negotiation, but the company does as well. Because you see, if the union becomes too big for the company to support it, and the company goes out of business because they can't afford to compete anymore, what good is the union? Because those union employees are being paid by the company that they work for. And if that company doesn't exist, then the union's kind of pointless. So the union needs to start talking to the company and understanding what the company needs from the union as well. Because the union does not only look out for the best interests of its members, it should also look out for the best interests of the companies that its members work for. The big three is a great example. In Wisconsin, you're kind of dealing with the same issues. You're talking about teachers, firefighters, police, state employees who are unionized employees who are very mad that things are going to get cut. Should an individual come in and say, yep, we're just going to cut all this? Not necessarily, but a discussion needs to happen. You need to look at what you're paying for medical benefits as a union employee, as opposed to someone else in the private sector who's not unionized. What are they paying for their medical benefits on average? And if you're paying far less, maybe come to that compromise and say, okay, I'm going to pay a little bit more for my medical insurance so that this company's not having to foot this huge bill that they're currently having to foot. What do we get for retirement benefits in our industry and let's compare that to other private industries. What did they get for their retirement benefits? So look at the whole picture. Compare it to other similar industries that are non-unionized, or other similar industries that are unionized with different unions, and see where you stand in that mix and come to those compromises in those different situations. Help the company cut its costs so the company can become competitive again and support your pay raises and your benefits. And don't go to the table and ask for the world. That's where you start having problems. So unions are an unbelievable thing. Unions that become too powerful are a very bad thing. That just kind of puts it in the little box. And that's what I believe. I don't think there's really much else to say about it. There's a million other things I could say about it, but we need to continue with unionization in America because it's a very great thing. However, we need to start reining in the unions that have gotten too big for their own good. That's my view. And I haven't thought this one out at all. I just kind of winged it. I'm going to put together a good vlog here in the next day or two on another subject and throw that out to you guys. So I just wanted to see how this one looked when I uploaded it and give you guys something to look at, and let you know that some other vlogs will be coming very soon. So thank you for your support. If you like my vlogs, please leave your comments below, subscribe, click the like button, share me on Facebook or other sites, and stick with me, because as I said, it's going to get better. I've got my new camera now, and I just need my new backdrop, and then I'll be putting out regular vlogs for you guys. So thank you very much. Thank you for visiting. Dunkel the Trunk. Appreciate it.